You were also extremely candid about how PK's drinking played a part in your separation. I give you total props again for setting healthy boundaries for you and your kids. Did you guys ever discuss how you plan to talk about everything? And was it difficult to talk about his struggles with alcohol in front of cameras?
So, PK had always been a drinker. And I had felt over the years that, the drinking was contributing to a lot of our issues. But it's very difficult. It's very difficult for you to try to get the person who's drinking to see it.
Mhm.
So it was, kudos to him. I had asked him, when we were working through some of our issues, I said, listen, you need to be clear and I need you to just stop drinking for a week. And he did, but he felt so good that he decided to look into it because I think something clicked and he realized, wait a minute, maybe I do have an issue. And it is a journey that he took on his own. And he discovered that he's got, didn't have a great relationship with alcohol and that he was an alcoholic and he really wanted to take the journey. And he's now almost a year sober. So, which is incredible. But that was something that, because so in the past few years, it wasn't identified, and even if I were to say, oh, I think he drinks too much, or I think it's a problem, that's a very personal thing. And it's something that could also be, well, that's my opinion. But then you're suggesting that, someone has a problem. Do they have a problem? This was something that PK came to the realization and he was very public about it.
Mhm.
So it was easier, obviously, to talk about it on the show because he was very vocal and open publicly about it.
You said something in the premiere that was like, either we figure this out or we just stay best friends and we're there for our kids. Would you say that which side are you kind of leaning toward now? How are you guys doing now? Would you say that his, stop his sobriety has helped your relationship?
I would definitely say that his sobriety helped our relationship.
Mhm.
As I said in the reunion when he was 4 months sober,
Mhm.
it was the best we had been in a very long time. And then after that, a lot of the issues that we had been dealing with in the last few years that we kind of were like this, they reared their ugly head. So it clearly was a lot more than just alcohol. I think PK being sober is much more helpful for sure. And I pray for him and I hope that he stays on the journey of sobriety because I think that he is better health wise, as a father, as a man, as a businessman. I just think for him, it's he'll be better overall, and I think he believes that as well. But as far as him and I go, I think that as you'll see this season, you know, as much as I would love for things to be amicable all the time, it just doesn't didn't happen. There is definitely some peaks and some valleys, and you see it in the season. And when you're not the one that's making those decisions, it's always a lot more difficult.
Mhm.
So, there are some struggles, but then you really do see, a lot of the journey,
Mhm.
which I think is interesting. So, um, as you know, my son was not well and he was in the hospital for a while. And, PK and I both, we love our children more than anything. And, we came together and everything at that point really doesn't matter. To be honest, nothing matters but the health and well-being of your kids. And, um, it definitely brought us into a family environment and putting the kids first. I think where we go from here, it remains to be seen. I think that, there is work to be done, even in all aspects, just to be able to have a friendship that is very strong and not have, the continued ups and downs. And I think that, if we can work on that and communication and deal with some of the things that whether it's resentments or whether the things that have built over the years, then I think any road we choose will be the best versions of ourselves and the best parents.